Morning prayer nílé Ọlọ́run Triumphant Life Covenant Church Jesus Brewery Láfẹ̀wá Abẹ́òkúta.
Event. You can also access us live on our Facebook page at NSTV Lagos. Also reach us on our YouTube, Twitter handle, Instagram at NSTV Lagos. Also on GoTV, channel 360. NSTV, you will never regret.
New Nigeria and just like that. And eventually
اللهم افتح لنا كتابك وسنة نبيك صاهرا وباطنا وارزقنا عملا بما بجائزاتك المقدسة آمين اللهم افتح لنا كتابك وسنة نبيك صاهرا وباطنا وارزقنا عملا بما بجائزاتك المقدسة آمين ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما ربي زدني علما وعلمناه من لدنا علما وعلمناه من لدنا علما وعلمناه من لدنا علما سنقرؤك فلا تنسى سنقرؤك فلا تنسى سنقرؤك فلا تنسى فوجد عبدا من عبادنا أتيناه رحمة من عندنا وعلمناه من لدنا علما
especially in this
أكيالا وبالك يلا سبحانه وتعالى. All praise, all adoration belong to Almighty Allah.
And the man, Mr.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala,
editor-in-chief of Global Offroad.
With the peace of Almighty Allah being upon our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
In the custody
Wa
of the
alihi.
Nigerian police. And
Àwọn
what
ará
we
ilé
are
rẹ̀.
discussing today, we
Wa
are
sahbihi
discussing
àwọn
an
sahaba
issue
rẹ̀.
that is germane
Wa sallim taslim àti gbogbo àwọn tá a padà gbà fún Nábì lẹ́yìn gbà tán Nábì
institution
lọ tán.
in Nigeria.
Ìkẹ́ ìgẹ́ Ọlọ́run kó máa bá gbogbo wa bẹ́ẹ̀.
Going on in Kano.
And to all my listeners in the globe.
1,548
Peace of
days
Almighty Allah being upon us.
without being anemia.
Akira wa káwọ̀ padà sórí ètò àṣùkùr lẹ́tọ̀.
Is now back as
Ètò ní àṣùkùr
Emir of Kano.
ní iléeṣẹ́ NSTV. Èkó alómisálẹ̀ gbẹlẹ̀gbẹ́ níbi tẹ́ẹ̀tì máa wà ní gbogbo àgbáńláyé lórí àwọn social media za Facebook ní Instagram ní YouTube ní Twitter ní TikTok ní bákan náà lórí GoTV station channel 316.
It's like I said, it's amazing. Somebody who has left on over 4 years and you now returning back. You dethrone one, you enthrone one. Even the one enthroned now, it was dethroned. Somebody, the one that was dethroned now was enthroned. Now it's as if they are fighting back now. Foluso, what do you want to say to this? How do you see it in your own view?
Well, I want to say that I do not really see it as amazing. It's rather regretful.
Okay.
Because you will see, and of course most of us have seen this for a while now, that the traditional institutions is no longer sacrosanct. It's no longer sacred. It has become an institution that can be mishandled by politicians anyhow. They are at the mercy of politicians. It is sad, regretful, because this is an institution that's supposed to be one of the key control for our democracy. Because we are saying that there are no good institutions to control democracy, to checkmate actors in the field of politics. And of course, when the Oba talks or an emir talks, politicians are supposed to shake. But the reverse is the case.
They challenge them now.
Yes, the reverse is the case. They remove him anyhow, and we are not saying anything. It is not a slap on the traditional holders. It is a slap on us as citizens.
Because to react.
Of course, okay. It is only we that can checkmate them and tell them that no, you can't touch this institution. But you now discover that no institution, be it judiciary, be it traditional, any form of institutions are at the mercy of politicians, and it is sad. The way we can react is that we should start talking. We should start talking. Some of us should have, even in Kano, I was expecting the people to have marched out.
Okay. Would you be in
But rather, one of them, of course, has probably gone to court to say that they shouldn't do this. But more people should react.
Would the government respect the decision of the court? From our experience with the government, government of the day.
That I have said earlier, that even the judiciary is not safe in their hands. Any institution is not sacred to the politicians. It is unfortunate that you see that Nigerian politicians are the reverse of Midas, King Midas. They are the reverse of King Midas. Allow me to explain this a bit. King Midas has the Midas touch that we used to say. That is, King Midas has a touch that he asked from a spiritual touch that he asked to be empowered with. Anything that he touches must turn to good. But the reverse is that anything that our politicians touch, rather than turning to gold, it comes to rot. It comes to rot. It comes to nothing.
Do you foresee any dead man ahead as regard of the enthronement and dethronement?
Of course. It now means that even in the installation of emirs, obas, you discover that kingmakers are no longer relevant. The governors can say no. This is politicians will move in, and then take this one now that they are banding around. They have said that his family can no longer be emir in the past, all because of the way his father was removed.
Now you find himself in the palace.
Muhammad Sanusi.
Yes.
Now find himself.
But at the mercy of politicians, some loved him, and of course he came back. And now some didn't like him again, they removed him. Then another one love him, return him back. So it becomes a chess game that they are just and our traditional institutions becomes pawns to be played around by.
What if the traditional can they come together and speak with one voice? So it's none of this rubbish. Why do you disrespect us? Is it possible?
It's a little bit impossible.
Okay.
Because you say that he who pays the piper determines their salary. But it is we that can talk. All because they pay their salary, they believe that the money they are paying is their own. Over time, it gets into the heads of Nigerian politicians and Nigerian civil servants that the money they are playing around with, or they are paying, or they are doling out, is their own. Even with civil servants, it is more apathetic, because you hear them saying that it's our vote. It's our vote. Which vote? Is it your father's vote?
It's even amazing when politicians does anything, you see them celebrating them. Ordinarily, we supposed to be their duty when they campaign.
They can
constructing roads, giving them concrete poles, but you see them celebrating it. How do you react to that?
Because over time, nobody can say anything again. We are all at their mercy. They will have a way of strangulating, because as at that time, he is the principal officer, the spending officer, the security officer.
Everything lies on him.
And that is the more reason now why some of us are even afraid of state police. That if you create state police, that will become tools in the hands of politicians. They will do and undo.
Adelaja, what has just happened in Kano, the drama that has just happened in Kano, what exact implication do you see can this have on that traditional institution?
It is very, very pathetic, especially the angle that the former governor Ganduje has splitted the Emirates Council into 5. Then all of a sudden, this one now councils, even all the other 4, merge them back into. Meaning that even those ones that have become emirs in Karaye, in Birichi, in Rano, in other districts, they now reverted back to mere district heads. It is pathetic. You are just toying with people's faith anyhow. Me, I do not see anything wrong in splitting the vast Emirates. and then create more posts so that governance will be nearer to the people.
Okay, to the grassroots.
To the grassroots, just like creating more local governments, which I agree with, because, for example, look at Ogun State during the time of Amosu, because he created more local governments. Areas that you have not heard of before were touched by government.
And government presence get there.
Go get there. For example, not all of us knew Okpeji. All of a sudden, Okpeji came into limelight, and several other areas like that.
It's
so
like that because the traditional are getting closer.
Getting closer to the people, and of course, you discover that there are some issues that traditional rulers will readily move into before it becomes a court matter. They settle it. They know more even about it than taking land matters to court. Then they to take a long time, protracted time, and that will allow Omonile to be fabricating stories that does not exist. That will now be claiming that his own forefathers own a land that he didn't know of before.
Yeah, recently the now dethroned emir Adebayo was in Ogun State when he visited our king here, Awujale. There was this speculation that the man have heard of what was going to befall him, and he quickly rushed down to Awujale to greet him as well, but at the same time probably to find a way to put an end to what was about to happen to him. Adelaja, what's your take on this?
Well, my take is as you have said it, because I knew that he couldn't have traveled all the way from Kano or Rano to just come and say, how are you, hello. There must be one reason or the other. You know how they all operate, because over time, even our obas, the emirs and traditional rulers have become what do you call it, actors in the political field too. They know how to dabble into politics, so he knew what he came to do. But I want to say that maybe he acted too late. He should have done something earlier than this one, because I know that the Awujale, unlike us, cannot just jump into the vehicle and go to Abuja to solicit on his behalf. So before he got the right person to send to the presidency to move in on behalf of his traditional son, the damage has been done. But well, everything now is in the courtroom, now that a court has prohibited the
installation, the reinstatement.
Let's just leave that one aside. I know we always say that God is in control, and probably God will take control. Okay, now when we come back now, we'll now go to another aspect of journalists explain this, and to look at another topic.
Wednesday yìí March 13 ní Jesus Brewery láfẹ̀wá òjò ìyanu máa rọ̀. Ó yá gbogbo èèyàn tó ń wojú Olúwa fún iṣẹ́ àmì àti iṣẹ́ ìyanu àkànṣe. Come and let's lift our voices unto the Lord this Wednesday at the special edition of Fight to Finish Morning Prayer. Nílé Ọlọ́run Triumphant Life Covenant Church Jesus Brewery láfẹ̀wá Abẹ́òkúta látàgò 9.
Opinion and events. You can also access us live on our Facebook page at NSTV Lagos. Also reach us on our YouTube, Twitter handle, Instagram at NSTV Lagos. Also on GoTV, Channel 316. Stay tuned to NSTV. You will never regret.
Tomorrow, it's not an attempt to gag journalists or to come again, just as they have dealt with traditional. They want to deal again with the journalists. How do you see that?
Well, in commenting on this, I want to give kudos to practicing journalists, because the little ambience of freedom that you have has always been fought tooth and nail by past journalists and present practicing journalists. It has not been easy that you have freedom. Just like it's not even. That's one thing many people do not know. They call journalists the fourth estate of the realm, but it's not enshrined in the constitution that they have any freedom whatsoever. The freedom that you have is the same freedom that the man on the street has. And as long as interpretation of news are bound to be from one to the other, a piece of news that will be applauded by one quarter will be condemned by the other, and so you are in trouble as a journalist. While one is praising you, another one will be. For example, if you go seriously into education sector or health sector or any other sector for that matter, you will see lapses left undone by politicians that could be corrected. But when you now mention this too much, you now become enemies to politicians. Rather than seeing you as the fourth estate of the realm that could point out where these anomalies are, they see you as an enemy, and then you are in trouble.
Maybe you are working for the opponent.
That you are a fifth columnist, you are opponent. That's what they will believe.
It is.
So when you are a journalist, you are an endangered species. What it?
What do you think can further bring relationship between police and journalists? You know, there are times that we all synergy, but there are times that sometimes police see journalists as enemy, and we journalists too see police as enemy as well. What do you think can further
police are your
work
friends
together? Yes. What do you think can further entrench our relationship?
I don't think anything can entrench the relationship. Let us be very factual with ourselves. Our methodologies are quite different. The police do not want to unearth or bring into the public matters when they are doing their investigation. We want to bring it to the public that this thing is going on. And then again, like I said, that the journalist is an endangered species walking the streets. Because how do I put this now? The journalist lives among the poor, but wine and dine with the rich, with the affluents. Information, but you must give to the general public. You must give it back to those people live with, those people that. So you are just standing in between. You are like a, what do you call it? A colossus, as Shakespeare would describe it there. A colossus bestriding two continents. So you are bestriding the affluence. And you must let this one know what is happening here and what is happening in this one. If you tell affluence or the politicians that, look, this your administration, these are people, these people are saying, you will say it is you fabricating it.
That is as a constructive criticism.
As their own concern as well. So me, I do not see anyhow you can bridge the gap. How you can? The methodologies are different. All you can do is do your own duty. For God's sake, don't be looking for friends where there are no friends.
Before we move, we go wrap up this program. Don't you see that it's a way to guard, like I say, obnoxious decree for? You remember that obnoxious decree for when journalists were arrested and whatever, detained and even persecuted.
No, not even that. A lot of media houses were closed down. Newspapers were scripted.
I'm to that level.
That's why I said that
this democracy is trying to bring back such things.
That's why I said that it has always been war between war. So that's why I said earlier that we should praise journalists, because for every freedom you got, you fought for it. But the thing remains that there's nothing we can do about it. It will continue to be an ongoing war. You are talking of obnoxious decrees during the military that they can just come, but with this one now, it becomes a little bit difficult. It is not easy to rush to the house to make laws that will gag the press. So they are looking. So when they now found, when they can't find laws that will back them up, they want to do it clandestinely. And clandestinely is when they like Onora now.
Yes.
In the presence of his family
In
members.
in the evening.
You can imagine.
In the evening they came just a Gestapo. Yeah, Gestapo way.
First news editor.
That's the thing. In a Gestapo way, they quickly move him, but the way to go about it.
Thank you, Nigerians. It's on that note that I'll be calling it a day for this edition. We've delved on two germane issues: the dethronement and restatement of Mohammed Sanusi, and as well abduction of journalists. We thank Foluso Adelaja for being our guest. We thank Foluso Adelaja for being our guest. Yeah, I remain your regular host Idris Odenide and Lekon Lisoye. What do you say to our viewers?
I want to thank you for the opportunity to join us today in the program. And say, of course, welcome for joining us today on the Rand Explain This.
Thank you.
Do you have any words for our viewers before you leave?
I just want to say that this is a very, very refreshing station, and they should glue on to this station, because I'm sure that they will be getting more exciting events to discuss
on NSTV Lagos.
On NSTV Lagos.
Thanks for praising NSTV Lagos. On this note, we say we wrap up to the program. Until next week, I come your way. I'll meet you tomorrow. Your friend. Bye for now, and God bless you.
Wednesday yìí March 13 ní Jesus Spirit láfẹ̀wá òjò ìyanu máa rọ̀.